So this is a Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and I haven't had it long, but I will say, it's definitely a good knife. And a lot of people compare Paramilitary 2s to the Benchmade 940 Osborne, because I think at the time those were just two of the runners, but I can't help but thinking that based on how good this thing slices, which it just destroys that knife with, I think the better comparison, which will make a lot of sense, is one of these, which is a Benchmade Freek. And this one, I mean, these two are similar as well. This one's an M4 steel, which is a tool steel. This one, open the blade, is in crew wear. So here are the two blades. I mean, this one is a drop point, this one's pointy, but the thing that you're gonna get with them is they're both very slicey. Here are the thicknesses. It's funny, this one starts out thicker. Move down. Let's see if we can get this to focus. This one starts out thicker, and this one is thinner overall, but look at the tip difference. I feel like, for me, the tip seems to really matter at times. I mean, you might think I'm a roughhousing knives, but there's just times where it's kind of nice to have a bit more tip. Let's see if I can zoom in, just be better. Okay, so I don't know if that helps, but basically, like, here are the tips. Very thin with the Paramilitary, which is, for cutting it doesn't matter, but if you need to poke anything that's more than a bag or a box, that's going to matter. And with this, it's for sure going to go a longer way. And then there's also more meat to back up the tip on this knife versus this. But I mean, everyone will make the argument that these are cutting tools, and that's actually exactly what they are, which means you shouldn't have to use them for things like roughhousing or minor prying. But let's be honest, if you're actually using a knife, you don't actually know what it's going to be used for. Sometimes you just know that it's not always going to be cutting. And this knife, it might just be a little bit better, but in terms of slicing ability, I think that they're identical. Like, this is still a hollow grind, and then it starts with a nice thin blade stock, and this is a full high flat grind. And I don't know, yeah, I mean, things I like about this is I really like this grip way more under all conditions. It's unreal. And I do like the pinch grip, but pinch grip's not a make or a break. And with the Benchmade Freek, well, I mean, you can see what the grip is like. It's pretty darn amazing. Don't mind my tree. Yeah, this is a good knife. It's actually so good. Actually, it's kind of boring sometimes, which makes using this just so much more fun. So, I'm not really good at that with the left hand yet. But yeah, can make this just a lot. This is more fun because it's just not as good. Ooh, maybe I cut myself there. Ooh, maybe. But yeah, I mean, both knives. These are two knives that I can easily recommend to anybody. They're both very good, but the harder use one has to. I mean, both locks are really good, by the way, but this has to be the one, just because that slight difference in the tip and the belly. But yeah, here they are. Just do a couple flicks. Oh man, messed that up. A bit more challenging.